Welcome. Today, we continue our journey into the power of the human mind. In this session, we explore the core principles of Think and Grow Rich, the timeless lessons of desire, faith, persistence, and mental discipline that have shaped millions of successful lives. This audiobook is for those who do not like reading, but love listening, learning, and growing. Relax your mind, focus your attention, and allow these ideas to guide your thinking. Let us begin.
Every great achievement in human history begins with a single invisible force. It is not money, it is not education, it is not luck, background, or opportunity. It is thought, combined with desire and decision. Before anything exists in the physical world, it exists first in the mind. This is the foundation of success, and it is the truth that most people never fully understand. The majority of people live their lives reacting instead of creating. They wake up, respond to circumstances, follow routines, and accept results without questioning their origin. They believe success belongs to others, those born in better conditions, those with more resources, those who were lucky. But history tells a different story. Again and again, ordinary individuals rise to extraordinary heights because they learn how to think deliberately. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. Not a weak wish, not a casual hope, but a burning desire that refuses to fade. A wish says, "It would be nice." A desire says, "This must happen." When desire is intense, the mind becomes alert. It begins searching for paths, solutions, and opportunities that were previously invisible. Desire sharpens perception. Most people never develop real desire because they are afraid of disappointment. They protect themselves by wanting only a little, dreaming only halfway, committing only partially. But half-hearted desire produces half-hearted results. The mind responds fully only when the desire is clear, strong, and emotionally charged. A definite goal gives desire direction. Without a clear goal, desire turns into frustration. When a person defines exactly what they want, confusion begins to disappear. The mind thrives on clarity. A clear goal acts like a magnet, pulling ideas, people, and opportunities toward it. Vagueness weakens power. Precision strengthens it. Faith is the mental state that transforms desire into belief. Faith is not blind optimism. It is belief built through repetition, action, and emotional conviction. When a thought is repeated often enough, the subconscious mind accepts it as truth. Once accepted, it begins to influence behavior automatically. Actions change, habits form, results follow. Fear is the greatest enemy of faith. Fear paralyzes the mind and weakens desire. Fear of failure stops action before it begins. Fear of criticism keeps voices silent and talents hidden. Fear of poverty causes people to settle for less than they are capable of achieving. These fears are learned, not natural, and they can be unlearned. Most fear exists only in imagination. It is created by negative mental pictures repeated over time. Just as fear is built through repetition, confidence is built the same way. When positive thoughts are repeated with emotion, the subconscious mind begins to replace fear with certainty. Autosuggestion is the method by which conscious thoughts influence the subconscious mind. Whatever a person consistently tells themselves, especially with emotion, becomes a mental command. This is why careless self-talk is dangerous. The mind does not judge whether a thought is true or false. It accepts what it hears repeatedly. When a person constantly says, "I am not good enough," the mind believes it. When a person repeats, "I can learn," "I can grow," "I can improve," the mind believes that too. Life eventually reflects whichever message is strongest.
Knowledge alone does not create success. Many intelligent people struggle because their knowledge is unorganized or unused. Specialized knowledge, applied with purpose, is far more powerful than general information. Successful individuals do not know everything. They know how to apply what they know and how to access what they do not. Imagination is the workshop of the mind. Every business, invention, and system began as an imagined idea. There are no limits to imagination except the limits we accept. When imagination is combined with desire, it becomes a creative force capable of reshaping reality. Persistence is sustained effort guided by purpose. It is not stubbornness, it is intelligent endurance. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they quit too soon. They stop when resistance appears. They retreat when results are delayed. Success often arrives just beyond the point where most people give up. Emotion is the fuel of the subconscious mind. Thoughts charged with emotion move faster and sink deeper. Love, enthusiasm, faith, and passion accelerate progress. Weak emotion produces weak results. Strong emotion activates hidden mental reserves. Decision is the mastery of procrastination. Successful people decide quickly and firmly. They trust their ability to adjust along the way. Indecision drains energy and invites doubt. A wrong decision can be corrected. No decision leads nowhere. True wealth is not limited to money. Wealth includes confidence, clarity, peace of mind, and purpose. Money follows mindset. When thinking expands, results expand. When thinking remains small, life remains limited. The mind is not merely a passive observer of life, it is an active creator. When directed with intention, it becomes the most powerful tool a human being possesses. When neglected, it becomes a source of confusion and regret. Success begins the moment a person accepts full responsibility for their thoughts. From that moment onward, life stops being something that happens to them and becomes something they shape deliberately. And with this understanding, the deeper mechanics of the mind begin to reveal themselves.
The subconscious mind is the silent worker behind every habit, belief, and repeated behavior. It does not argue. It does not reason. It does not judge truth from falsehood. It simply accepts whatever is impressed upon it through repetition and emotion. Once an idea enters the subconscious mind and is accepted as real, it begins to shape actions automatically. This is why many people live on autopilot, repeating the same patterns year after year without understanding why their results never change. The subconscious mind operates through habit. Whatever you do repeatedly becomes easy. Whatever you think repeatedly becomes natural. At first, a new thought feels uncomfortable. It feels forced. But with repetition, resistance fades. The mind adjusts. Eventually, the new thought becomes the default. This is how confidence is built. This is how fear is dissolved. This is how a person rewrites their internal programming. Most people are controlled not by external circumstances, but by internal habits of thought formed long ago. Childhood beliefs, repeated words, emotional experiences, and social conditioning leave deep impressions on the subconscious mind. These impressions silently guide decisions, reactions, and expectations. Without awareness, a person may spend their entire life obeying old mental commands they never consciously chose. Persistence is the quiet force that transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. It is not loud. It does not announce itself. It simply continues when enthusiasm fades and when visible rewards are delayed. Most people begin with excitement, but very few continue with discipline. This is why persistence becomes the rare quality that separates those who merely start from those who ultimately succeed. The human mind seeks comfort. It prefers familiarity over growth, safety over risk, and ease over effort. Persistence challenges this instinct. It asks a person to continue despite discomfort, despite doubt, and despite temporary defeat. Each time persistence is exercised, the mind grows stronger. Each time it is avoided, the habit of quitting grows deeper. Temporary defeat is not failure, it is feedback. It reveals weaknesses in method, timing, or preparation. Those who succeed understand this distinction. They do not personalize defeat, they analyze it. They extract lessons, they refine their approach, and continue forward with greater intelligence. Failure becomes permanent only when a person decides to stop. Many great achievements arrive just beyond the point where most people give up. The difficulty is not that success is impossible, it is that persistence is uncommon. The world rewards those who remain standing when others sit down. Habit is the invisible structure that supports persistence. When productive actions become habitual, effort decreases and consistency increases. The subconscious mind takes over repetition. What once required willpower becomes automatic. This is why small, consistent actions outperform large, irregular efforts. Self-discipline is the ability to act according to long-term vision rather than short-term emotion. Emotions change daily, vision remains constant. Those who allow emotions to dictate action live unstable lives. Those who allow vision to guide action build stable progress. The mind becomes what it repeatedly focuses on. When attention is placed on obstacles, obstacles multiply. When attention is placed on solutions, solutions appear. Focus directs mental energy. Scattered focus weakens impact. Concentrated focus amplifies power. Clarity of purpose strengthens persistence. When a person deeply understands why they are pursuing a goal, endurance increases. Purpose fuels patience. Without purpose, effort feels heavy. With purpose, effort feels meaningful. The fear of criticism is one of the most powerful deterrents to persistence. Many people abandon goals not because they fail, but because they fear judgment. They prefer social approval over personal fulfillment. Yet history shows that every meaningful achievement was once criticized, doubted, or ridiculed. The mind grows through challenge. Resistance strengthens mental muscles. Comfort weakens them. Just as physical strength develops through strain, mental strength develops through difficulty. Avoiding challenge limits growth. Embracing challenge accelerates development. Faith must be protected during periods of uncertainty. Doubt often appears just before progress becomes visible. This is not coincidence. The subconscious mind tests commitment before delivering results. Those who persist through doubt prove readiness. The power of organized planning becomes evident through persistence. Plans rarely work perfectly at first. Adjustment is required. Flexibility combined with commitment produces progress. A rigid plan breaks under pressure. A flexible plan evolves. The human will is strengthened through consistent decision-making. Each time a person follows through on a commitment, self-trust grows. Each broken commitment weakens confidence. Self-trust is built internally, not granted externally. Emotional control becomes essential as effort increases. Fatigue amplifies emotion. When tired, people become more reactive. Awareness prevents impulsive decisions. Rest, reflection, and balance support sustained persistence. Persistence attracts opportunity. People respond to those who remain committed. Support appears for those who demonstrate seriousness. Momentum becomes visible through consistency. Trust is earned through reliability. The subconscious mind supports what is repeatedly reinforced. When persistence is practiced, the subconscious begins to expect success. This expectation influences behavior, posture, communication, and decision-making. Success begins to feel natural rather than forced. Success is rarely sudden. It is usually the result of accumulated effort reaching a tipping point. The breakthrough moment is visible, but the preparation leading to it is not. Many admire results without understanding the process. Persistence transforms identity. A person who consistently persists begins to see themselves differently. They no longer identify as someone who tries, but as someone who completes. This identity shift is powerful. It influences future goals and expands self-belief. The disciplined mind understands that discomfort is temporary, but growth is permanent. It accepts short-term struggle in exchange for long-term freedom. This trade-off defines maturity. Each act of persistence builds momentum. Momentum reduces resistance. Reduced resistance increases speed. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes natural. Progress accelerates. And as persistence shapes character, another force emerges, the force that turns disciplined effort into wisdom and balance.
Wisdom is not the accumulation of facts. It is the ability to see clearly, to judge calmly, and to act correctly under changing conditions. Wisdom grows naturally in a mind that has been disciplined through effort, reflection, and experience. It is the reward of patience and the companion of persistence. As effort continues over time, the mind begins to shift from force to flow. In the beginning, discipline feels heavy, control feels unnatural, thought must be watched carefully. But with practice, order replaces chaos. The mind becomes quieter, more focused, and more responsive. What once required struggle becomes a matter of choice. Balance is essential for sustained growth. A mind driven only by ambition becomes restless. A mind guided only by caution becomes stagnant. Wisdom lives in balance between effort and rest, confidence and humility, action and reflection. Those who last longest learn when to push forward and when to pause. The ability to remain calm under pressure is a sign of inner strength. Emotional reactions cloud judgment. Calmness preserves clarity. When the mind is calm, problems appear smaller and solutions appear closer. Calm thinking allows reason to lead rather than impulse. Self-control is not suppression, it is direction. Emotions are powerful sources of energy. When left uncontrolled, they destroy focus. When directed, they become fuel for progress. Anger can become determination. Fear can become preparation. Desire can become discipline. The disciplined thinker does not deny emotion. They observe it. They learn from it. They choose how to respond. This conscious response separates maturity from immaturity. Life does not test intelligence as much as it tests emotional mastery. Patience develops when the mind accepts natural timing. Growth cannot be rushed. Seeds grow in silence before they appear above the soil. Impatience leads to frustration. Trust in process leads to peace. The wise mind understands that consistent effort produces inevitable results. Humility protects wisdom. The more a person learns, the more they realize how much remains unknown. Arrogance blocks learning. Humility keeps the mind open. Those who remain teachable continue to grow. Those who believe they know everything stop progressing. The power of reflection cannot be overstated. Reflection transforms experience into insight. Without reflection, experience is wasted. With reflection, even mistakes become valuable teachers. Regular self-examination strengthens awareness and refines judgment. Clarity of thought improves communication. When ideas are clear internally, they are expressed clearly externally. Confidence increases when words align with conviction. Others trust those who speak with calm certainty rather than emotional urgency. As wisdom develops, priorities change. Superficial desires lose importance. Long-term fulfillment becomes more valuable than short-term pleasure. The mind begins to seek meaning rather than approval. This shift brings stability. True success brings responsibility. Influence increases as competence grows. The wise individual understands that their thoughts and actions affect others. Integrity becomes essential. Character becomes visible through consistency between words and behavior. The disciplined mind learns to detach from outcomes while remaining committed to effort. Attachment creates anxiety. Detachment creates freedom. When effort is given without obsession over results, performance improves and stress decreases. Balance between ambition and peace defines mature success. Achievement without peace feels empty. Peace without purpose feels dull. Wisdom integrates both. It allows a person to pursue goals without losing inner harmony. The mind that has learned discipline no longer fears change. It adapts, it evolves, it remains steady while circumstances shift. This adaptability is a sign of mastery. Life becomes something to engage with, not something to endure. As understanding deepens, compassion grows. The wise mind recognizes struggle in others. Judgment softens, empathy strengthens. This does not weaken ambition, it humanizes it. Leadership emerges naturally from understanding rather than control. Wisdom simplifies life. Complexity fades. Essentials become clear. Energy is no longer wasted on trivial concerns. Focus sharpens. Direction stabilizes. Peace increases. And from wisdom arises the final quality, the state where discipline, balance, and understanding unite into lasting inner calm.
Inner calm is not the absence of struggle. It is the presence of understanding. It is the state of mind that emerges when discipline, persistence, and wisdom unite into harmony. The calm mind does not panic under pressure. It does not collapse under uncertainty. It remains steady, observant, and responsive, even when conditions are difficult. Most people search for peace by trying to control the external world. They want situations to change, people to behave differently, and life to become easier. But inner calm is never found outside. It is cultivated within. When the mind is trained, circumstances lose their power to disturb emotional balance. Calmness is a sign of mastery. It reflects a mind that understands cause and effect. Such a mind knows that every event is temporary, every challenge is instructive, and every experience contributes to growth. This understanding removes panic and replaces it with patience. The calm thinker does not rush decisions. They pause, they observe, they allow clarity to emerge before action. This pause is not weakness, it is strength. It prevents regret and preserves energy. Calm decisions are often wiser and more effective than hurried reactions. As inner calm develops, fear weakens. Fear thrives on uncertainty and imagination. Calmness introduces perspective. Problems are seen in proportion. Obstacles become manageable. Solutions become visible. The mind no longer exaggerates danger or minimizes ability. Confidence grows naturally from calmness. When the mind is not constantly reacting, it becomes more aware of its own strength. self-trust deepens. This confidence is quiet, not arrogant. It does not need validation. It is rooted in experience and self-knowledge. The calm mind accepts responsibility without self-blame. Mistakes are acknowledged without shame. Success is enjoyed without ego. This balanced perspective allows continuous improvement without emotional extremes. With calmness comes resilience. Life inevitably presents loss, disappointment, and uncertainty. The resilient mind feels these experiences fully, but does not become trapped in them. It recovers faster. It adapts. It continues forward without losing direction. Inner calm improves relationships. When reactions soften, communication improves. Listening becomes deeper. Conflict decreases. The calm individual becomes a stabilizing presence for others. Their energy influences the environment without force. This calm state is maintained through daily mental discipline, awareness of thought, control of emotion, alignment of action with purpose. These practices prevent chaos from returning. Calmness is not permanent by accident, it is sustained by intention. True success includes peace of mind. Without peace, achievement feels hollow. With peace, even simple progress feels meaningful. The calm mind enjoys the journey, not just the destination. As thinking becomes refined, life becomes simpler. The mind releases unnecessary worries. Focus sharpens. Energy is conserved. Purpose becomes clearer. Calmness allows a person to live fully rather than constantly preparing to live. The ultimate lesson is this: the mind, when disciplined, becomes a powerful ally. It creates opportunity instead of anxiety. It produces clarity instead of confusion. It supports growth instead of fear. Every person has access to this state. It does not depend on wealth, status, or circumstance. It depends on choice. The choice to observe thought, the choice to guide emotion, the choice to act with intention. When these choices become habitual, inner calm becomes natural. And from inner calm arises a life of strength, purpose, and quiet confidence. This is the true reward of disciplined thinking.
You have reached the end of today's audiobook. Remember, success is not created by chance, but by disciplined thought, clear purpose, and consistent action. Carry these ideas with you, apply them daily, and watch how your mindset and your life begin to change. If you found value in this audiobook, share it with someone who needs inspiration and direction. Thank you for listening. Stay focused, stay strong, stay growing.